So today I want to talk to you all about entitlement. Now, I'm going to give you the definition first of entitlement because there are a lot of people out here who have a sense of entitlement, which means you feel that because of certain things you face, because of certain abuses or certain mistreatment, that you are now entitled to do whatever you want to do to other people, to have your way or get away with certain things and receive certain favor and privileges. Now, I'm going to give you the definition of entitlement. Now, the first one here is the fact of having a right to something. Now, this is the next one here, and this is one of my favorite ones. This part here is what I'm going to go by, is the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. So let's go back to it. A lot of people are walking around right now who feel that you feel that you are entitled, meaning because, your ancestors were in slavery, or because you faced certain things in your childhood, you suffered, or your mother and daddy didn't treat you right, or you didn't have a parent in your life, or you were abused, or it's always a story. And people have gotten to the point where they have used all of these injustices. Yes, they were wrong. The things that happened to you were wrong. The mistreatment was not right. But you have used this mistreatment to now do whatever you want to do to other people, to now have your way and mistreat other people poorly. You have allowed this mistreatment to be a justification to now do whatever you want to do to other human beings. And this is something that is completely wrong. And you're not going to get away with it. I'm letting you know that today. You're not going to get away with it. And people who walk around with this sense of entitlement, you need to start checking yourself, okay? Because the Bible says to do unto others you want them to do unto you. But you feel now that since, this has happened to me, so now I can do whatever I want because I've been mistreated, I've been abused. You know what? Everybody has a story. Everyone has a story. Everyone can go back to things that happened in their childhood, or everyone has some story. There is not one person that walks this earth who has lived on this earth and this planet long enough that does not have some type of story of their own where they have received some type of an unjust treatment, some type of suffering that they've undergone, or been subjected to some form of abuse in whichever way, form or another. As long as you've been on this earth, things happen. But normal people who have a healthy mentality, people who have healthy emotions, are able to overcome those obstacles and those struggles and move on. They don't go around looking for targets and victimizing innocent people, random people, just because they've been abused. And when people have not gotten over the abuse, or people who are mentally unstable, or people who have not gotten to the point where they've developed a healthy relationship with Jesus Christ, and they're not healthy, their spirituality is not healthy, they feel that now their abuse that they've faced is a justification to do whatever the heck they want to other people. And they use this as an excuse, and they get other people who've been abused just like them, other people with this poor mentality and this poor emotional mindset that feels that, I'm entitled to this because I've been abused. Now, this is my gold card and license to do whatever I want to do and get away whatever I want. Because now everybody has to coddle me and accept my abuse and accept my behavior. I'm not accountable for anything because I've been abused. No, that is not true. No one has to put up with your stuff. You're not entitled to treat other people the way you want to treat them, or take whatever you want to take from someone. Other people do not have to tolerate your crap because you've been abused. It's okay to have empathy for a person, meaning a person can understand what you've gone through, and they can have remorse, and they can talk to you, give you advice, and feel some type of sympathy towards you. But when it gets to the point where you want to continue to use this abuse as a justification to do whatever you want to do, and you don't want to let go of it, you want to go your entire life and play this portray yourself as a victim and play this victim role and just do whatever you want to other people, that's something that does not stand. And this is something that, believe it or not, God is going to be judging you for this. It says in the Bible, do unto others you want them to do unto you for a reason. And when you do things, it says that we reap what we have sown. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. When you do wrong things to other people intentionally, and you feel that you have a right to do wrong things because you've been abused, guess what? Wrong is going to come back upon you. See, these people who walk around and do whatever they want to do to other people, and they use this excuse, I've been abused, or I've been suffering. You think everybody's just supposed to keep putting up with whatever you do to them and keep putting up with this mistreatment, even though it has been years since the abuse has occurred. You've had many years and ample opportunities and chances to get healing, to receive the help that you need to overcome that and come out of that. You're not supposed to be still walking around using that as a crutch to continue to mistreat other people, because now you're hurting other people. You're now abusing other people. But these are the same people who speak loudly about whatever the other people have done to them. You don't want people mistreating you, but how do you know the person who's mistreating you have not been abused? You don't want to hear the justification that the people who mistreat you have also been abused, but you want to feel that you have a license now and the liberty to do whatever you want to do to another human being because you've been abused. And I'm letting you know here that, yeah, there might be some people who condone this type of behavior because they have that same skewed mindset, but God is not going to condone it. At the end of the day, everyone is going to have to give account of their own actions and how they have treated people on this earth. And God is not going to ask you what so-and-so did to you. He's not going to be asking you that. He's going to be asking you what you have done and why you've treated his people the way you've treated them. We all have to give an account for the way we've treated other people, and we cannot use the justification that we were abused in our childhood or something happened to us or we were mistreated and walk around with a chip on our shoulder and just target everyone. There's accountability. There's accountability that needs to be held, and when you have when you give yourself accountability, when you're holding yourself accountable, you can understand that, hey, I've been done wrong. It was not right what has been done to me, but that does not give me the liberty to go and hurt some other person. That does not give me the liberty to now mistreat another person because I've been mistreated. And this is when we break the cycle. This is why the world is the way it is right now, because we have too many selfish people who are walking around. They don't want to let go of the hurts and pains that have been done to them. They want to take it out on other people. They have this victim mindset that they feel like in their selfish mindset. This is a selfish mentality. They feel that, oh, well, I've been abused, so now I'm going to hurt this person, even though this person's done nothing to me. But hey, I've been abused, so people hurt me, so I'm going to hurt them. That's the worst mindset to have. When you are able to let go, yes, you've been abused, and God sees that abuse. But when you let go of the abuse and give it to him, that is when he can get vengeance on your behalf. He can justify you. It might be vengeance in a way that you're not even expecting. But he can turn that wrong that was done to you around into something good that you can use, that you can benefit from, that you can now be set up to use that injustice as a pedestal to launch you to the place where God wants you to go. But when you sit here stuck and you're using this as, you know, the key and a license to do whatever you want to do to other people, you're going to stay in that situation and you're not going to get away with it. You might be getting away with it for the short term, because this little time on this earth is not compared to the eternity that we're all going to have to go through. Because after this lifetime is over, we have an eternal place where we're all going to go. And the days are very short. The days are going to be, you know, Christ is going to be coming back for church sooner than you think. And for those of you who have been, you know, using this because you've been getting away with it and you have not tried to change, you're going to be in for something that you're not going to like when eternity comes, because now God is going to have to repay you for all the things that you have done. And you have not paid any penance on this earth. And this is why he tells us to get it together while we're here. We're supposed to be worried about saving up our treasures up in heaven, where we're going to be going for eternity if we get there, because not everybody's going to be getting into God's kingdom. When you walk around and you mistreat other people, when you do things to other people, wrong things, taking things from people, mistreating people, abusing people, doing things to people that you wouldn't want to be done to you, but you're doing it to other people and you think that it's okay. Oh, because I got abused. You want to cry and hold on to this immature mentality and stay in this mindset that, oh, I'm going to act like a child and just do what I want and get away with it. No, there are consequences. Even children have consequences, okay? Even children. It says, spare the rod, spoil the child. So God gives consequences to everyone. Everyone has to stand an account, but a child, you know, their mindset is different. When you become to an age of an adult, you're expected to have a different mindset, and that's the problem. A lot of people refuse to grow. You refuse to mature. You want to do things, adult things. You want to go out and act like an adult, but you don't want to grow up and be accountable. You don't want to hold yourself accountable like an adult. You want to do things that an adult does, but you don't want to face the consequences and deal with the burdens that adults have to carry. And God is not going to keep allowing this to go on. A lot of you are doing things. You're hurting innocent people who've done nothing to you. People have done nothing wrong, and those of you who are condoning this behavior, and you're now, you know, justifying what they're doing because you feel in your mentality that they have a right to do this because they've been abused. No one has a right to hurt anyone. Everyone is deserving of justice. Even if a person, like if a child or someone shoots up an entire school, that person might have been hurting. That person might have been abused. But at the end of the day, the people whose lives were taken, they're the ones who now have to receive justice. And that person either has to go to jail and pay the cost for it, or sometimes their lives are taken from them. God's not going to keep allowing you to sit here and just do whatever you want to do to other people just because you've been abused, especially when you're not trying to get the help you need and let go of that abuse and heal from it. You've been using this as a justification for years. Many years have gone by and you're still holding on to this, doing whatever you want, destroying someone else's life. Now, is that fair to the people who are being abused by you now? No, it's not. And this world goes around in the cycles. When you hurt someone else, that person's now hurt and they're carrying that burden. So you're now affecting and impacting other people. And God's not going to allow you to get away with that kind of stuff, especially when you're not even trying to change. You're comfortable doing whatever you want to do to hurt other people because you said, oh, people have hurt you. These people you're hurting, they had nothing to do with your pain. But instead of taking it to God and dealing with the people who've harmed you or addressing the situation, you want to take it out on some defenseless person. That's a coward's way out. Because now, instead of being required to face the people who have done you wrong, you want to go and victimize a person who's done nothing to you. That's bully behavior. And that's behavior of a coward. And this is something that God does not tolerate. And he will be judging you for that. So if you think that, you're going to get away with it, I'm just letting you know today that you're completely mistaken if you think that.